Everybody's sucking. Alright. Let's see. I'm Damon. Nice to meet you. And here we are, playing Butcher. At the moment, helping out Dandelion set up his brothel. Cabaret. Even though technically I did say brother yesterday for some fucking reason. That's alright. What are you gonna do, right? Yeah.
I miss you, mate. Stay there and lie on my knee.
It was so easy to change their mind.
Here you go.
Good old man.
Oh, he's a war veteran.
How are things, Doo-Doo?
So, I suppose. Might have been days in the past when I'd have said, wonderful. But I can't complain. I'm in one piece. Not bound to a stake atop a pyre.
Doo-Doo, tell me. The halfling Biberveld goes from being a prosperous merchant to being a pauper. How?
Prefer the long version or the short?
Short, please.
The war.
I was under the impression merchants grow fat on wars.
Some do, but I have a serious personality flaw. I'm honest. I could not reap profits from the suffering of others. I paid taxes. I never cooked my books. And then a ship full of my goods sank. I pulled through somehow, but then a second fell prey to skeleton raiders, rendering me insolvent. When inflation hit and interest rates rose, I, at long last, fell.
Gotta admit, your manga, it's a brilliant impersonation.
Don't remind me. I'm rather disgusted.
Come on, he wasn't all out terrible.
You understand nothing. A Doppler assumes more than a man's external appearance. I've learned what a scoundrel had knocking about in his head. Once I became him, not an hour passed before I felt the urge to break a sorceress's fingers. After two, I caught myself lusting to impale someone, and immediately after that, it hit me. The paranoid fear of a Doppler conspiracy.
Ever considered leaving? Forgetting Novigrad altogether?
What for? To pass from the frying pan into the fire? The war's not yet crept here. Famine's not kicked at our door. Not that the future's looking rosy.
But you don't have to be human. Maybe you could try something else.
I've assumed many forms over the years, and in spite of all, life as a human has proven most interesting. After all, you humans rule the world.
You're right.
Take care of yourself, Doo-Doo.
Oh, those bigots haven't the cunning to strip me of this mask.
Well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it. Especially the, accoutrements on the wall. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great. The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
That should change this place. Maybe not.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking,
He's all right.
and she say anything about me?
A lot of things about you, actually.
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time. One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Ugh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the cloak and the dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
Yeah. Okay.
She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time anyway.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's
What? Speak, man.
badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Let's go.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
So, actually, so this. about a pot of coffee today, and here's the second pot.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No. You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Sorry,
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
coffee fit there.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's
Perfectly
corpse.
legal
It has yet to be autopsied.
in the state that I
Doing
live in.
so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen.
Fear not.
As a
Watch
surgeon,
like
I know
yours.
the importance of
You'll,
preventive medicine.
You'll figure it out.
Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help,
It's
but
not
I doubt
on
you
the
know
wall.
what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No. Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Why not?
Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemelfart himself.
Thanks.
You lead.
Are you and yourself streaming? Just oh, there you are.
That's me.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge. You damned idealists, running the market for
Getting out
us.
of the way. The coughing is more noticeable, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to disguise that. But
Wouldn't be a big deal if we were in California or Colorado or something.
yeah, any of 14, 15 of the states where it's actually legal now. Yeah,
Watching smoke on Joe Rogan.
I know. It's, you know, you buy it in Colorado and drive a mile, and all of a sudden you're a criminal. Which, go America.
Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Sissies.
Yes, it's not far now.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trevorites. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count. Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Custody. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Human. Wrong body type. Looks like necrophage has got to this one. Let's keep looking. This isn't it. Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking. That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are the indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Let's keep looking. A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's more likely. Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Where you always start, with the genitals. Right. I'm no doctor.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the fact.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Yeah, apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor.
Wow.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
With force.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
Hello, everybody watching.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's take a look at his mouth.
Let's examine the mouth.
Might find some teeth.
Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
So much stronger. Okay.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
That's pretty brutal.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, hard carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin. An incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Pops.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a zookle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue in stronger proportions. It's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
I think that's about it, actually. I see he has a vagina on his chest.
Alright, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
Fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted, drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Carver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate. Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the Market Square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace, the corpse collector, brought us the body.
That make too much sense.
You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in, under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
That would look creepy. Possibly some...
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I let anything you know into this case?
Thank you.
Nathaniel, who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Oh, you really have not said enough. But that's fine.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
2 eyes.
It's like war. Never know what you've done.
My daddy's a witch hunter.
Let's go find this corpse.
Wash your hair lately.
Can't go out in the streets no more.
Who's the father didn't used to kill
That's
women?
where that's all the foul of the king of the birds. None you no mercy, no matter who you are.
Damn. Tore his shit up.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue.
Oh, yeah, I remember. No eyes, no heart, one of them, right? No first neither, as I recall.
Bring out your dead.
One of them? So there've been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One was so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid.
That's
What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean?
They don't.
Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Oh my goodness.
You searched Fabian's body.
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets, made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, are you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Tom, what did you find on him?
I had you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing of solicitor's name.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
That's Tim.
Get out of my sight. Now.
Oh, Lydia, what happened here? Just lost.
Awful fire.
Wonder what this means. Looks like a drop of some sort.
Time's already.
You're serving the eternal fire.
You're bringing in the suspect.
Fuck.
Anyone home?
Be gone, or I'll set me hounds on you. Molly, Striege, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on then. Slowly now, let's stay by you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. Better back and talk in an evil manner, you do it.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I ran to a meet or raise his fighting dogs. But these 2 months cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
Woo! Oh, crap, that was a good one. All the fun getting ready, sorry. Crazy.
So who might you be?
The Steph's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head home to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Everything.
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
It was Fabian who threatened this one last. Why, you were a good dwarf. Craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag." And other obscenities. You don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. The Pont said a fever took her.
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze. I found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. They know they could have folk give bleeding orphans in the street of White Beth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They'd kill us some dwarf.
Shoes, pants.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
I'll tell you where to be. Now, between Hunger Force fans out there. Right. Investigating stuff.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Shapely statues. It's not that shapely. insist. Pass on the trip to your bears. Statue of a lady.
Murderer dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabia. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Yes, please. That would be much help. Much help. I got a couple of this. Some good stuff.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
Say, never know when you might need a pair of rotten eyes.
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
Pushed over.
More blood stains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Nothing interesting.
No? Okay. It's only a connection to the other murder, but whatever. Doctor. Also not a law enforcement officer. Or
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
What do you want?
Hey, handsome.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
he's
A brazier. This time of year. Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back. Semen. Priscilla's.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Fucking come on! So come on now! Kill the horse, eh? Listen, kill him.
Think you'll get me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back! Ah!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Tell me what you know.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? My dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. So I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Take care now. And I got a murderer to catch.
You can apologize to me. I'm trying to get 340 to beat me up.
That's ringing. Watch it, tramp. Novigrad's not your stomping ground.
Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Another concerned citizens. That's enough. Feel free to apologize if you'd like.
Oh! Help! Save me! I'm dying! Poverty.
Another drifter in from Tiberia.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you. Especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
By the way, you and Von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
I'll piss on that lesser evil nonsense. I don't know if you've been watching The Witcher, but it's kind of a running theme, so to speak. So yeah, we'll just go
How
ahead.
old is Von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Doesn't.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone. because I had forgotten to lock the store. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conformed to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? Parchment. Made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Fagelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Like right now. Yeah, now.
Till next time, Master.
Let's see, where am I going? Really very close to any of these.
Yeah. Oh. No. Oh, fuck. No.
Ah, find someone your own size.
You seen the new waitresses?
We're going to make some coins.
Our world will burn!
Bad. Say that like it's a bad thing.
Idiot!
That's part of it.
What do you want?
Don't even ask. I approach.
Need to talk to Patricia Fagelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, or throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Fagelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
No problem.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
No time to explain. Trust me, please.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
Which part
Please,
of danger
follow
do you
me.
not understand?
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seems sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in High Rock Square, uttered not a word we heard. She had all the holy books insignia and reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Greetings.
Your mom is dying. And slowly walking.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Say that.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Show me what you got.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
longer or something.
Halt! Before I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery! Taking you to the heiress!
Well, the killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
Kind of like the Lord's beggar's line, but she did.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire, only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body, a note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
I'll try, but I might get distracted by one look for armor or Siri or something.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name, but the place too. Won't get away this time.
Fire.
Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's fast.
Sorry, lady. My sympathies. I really did. Jolly or something. Probably bad for reality. Running platforms and stuff. Because I love a lot of this game. I don't want to see things. Gives you $1 million idea. Made me want to actually work out in a video game. Not just looking to sort around. Shit, I'd be looking like Henry Cavill in no time. Maybe not in no time. Let's be honest. Yeah, which is right place. Just in case.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
You need me to grab another lass to join us? You were a longer one. I was sick of the
Snakes tell you well. King's exec.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though, whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
First, gotta tell me why you do it.
For pleasure. Satisfaction.
Achievable with whores in a lot of ways, many traditional. Doesn't take killing them, trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims. I know how they end. You don't stop. Not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know. But I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats him corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day, procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
Then you'll pay again. For her, for all the other women you've tortured. You're free now.
I'm not giving him a free pass.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If not for you.
You'd be dead. Yes, I know. I was there. I saw it happen.
He asked if I did everything, and I said, for the right price, of course. And then he smiled. Oh, God, it gave me the shivers. And then he hit me. So hard I passed out. I was bound when I came to. And he was hitting a poker in the fire.
Calm down. He won't hurt you anymore. He won't hurt anyone.
Holy shit. Okay, this mission always pisses me off. It's always hard to find. Getting lost, aggravated. I think I might survive it.
Ones for Danians. As long as they pay and don't hit.
Damn it.
I need a rest. It's a material world. Hey, darling. Welcome to see me. One dip the dingle.
Why not? I got 30 seconds. door's locked the other time. What the hell? They're purposely being annoying.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
Tortured logic.
Yet logic, nonetheless. I'm glad you perceived that, at least. Fight fire with fire, as they say. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spent his last copper on whores.
It's money.
An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith.
Wrong with that.
A Tribirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule.
Definitely nothing wrong with that.
They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Pretty good. My God.
If you haven't done the blood and wine deal, you definitely should. Just for the house. Spoiler alert. Oops. Rocking citizen sermon, oh my god. It's weird. Tree growing through the wall there. Have noticed I do play on PC. I definitely use console commands. I mean, you know, first couple times I was playing it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of nice having leveling up when and where you want to. Gotta go there regardless.
Mutant. Where's Eustace? Who's him always holding the corpses? That's what's that.
Life, you gotta take risks.
Ow!
Sorry, lady. Back. The other stash. Yeah, I like it.
How's...
Better, right?
Yes.
Hey, she's talking.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. For me and Priscilla.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Brockamon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor Von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calanetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Hear from the books. Change his name to Dandelion later.
Yes, Geralt.
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story? The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink.
No comment.
I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept scalpel in hand than I ever was behind a lectern.
Hubert told me about your past. Even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I've not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two. But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shawnee. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission. You can't argue with them.
It's noble, at least.
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a hired vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
You're probably right.
Farewell.
calm down.
Calm down.
Oi, cock up!
Say, Booker. He's not talking to me.
Where's Eustace? Was him always all the corpses?
Was it? Happened to Falters. We've only more to all now, so we work shifts. Crematory's fire was day and night.
Steal a pipe.
If you want it clean, let me pass. I've got shit and pus leaking from the
Thanks
way.
for your help, Carl. We've not now.
Right away.
Twice.
Behave, Witcher.
Time to travel back home to the wonderful land to Saul. Somewhere up there. Head home.
The curse that held him up proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Amalak, this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, and had hidden her away in the Isle of Mists.
I've lots to do before it gets dark.
Such a baby. Of course, he's not a hot one spirit. Because why would he use that alcohol?
Ow! Backache, something horrid.
Instantly, my Camilla aches something fierce.
Even a horse drops if you ride it.
My stuff fixed up real quick.
Spittoon! Hospital!
Witcher.
Evanus!
Geralt! What have you got there?
Nice crap. We get rid of it.
So long.
Infamity bad. Music to a smithy's ears.
1, 2, 3. Here I come.
Sorry, folks. Can't need it. Scare you all by punching your sign. Pardon the hell out of me. Oh, is this the one with the...
The curse that held him up proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
The Isle of Mists.
The seas are tossing, tossing, and the wind keeps blowing and blowing.
Cabaret, swords to sky, no such can pass, die. Humans, here, Redania Cat Army. No cross, no boat steer.
Redanian army? Where are you hiding them?
In here, me. No see mans? Join me, King Rabotid Army. Order got guard boxes.
Boats are in pretty bad shape.
Me guard boats, let's say. But no wood for to make a fence. Their boats high, so me fence make a boat. Boats guard boats.
Why'd you join the army? Someone recruit you?
Crude? No crude. Come good soldier man. Same charger man wants boats. Peasanters, they steals peasanters' boats. What's the trouble? Dunno.
Think I do. Redanian seized some peasants' boats. Thought the peasants might try to take them back. What happened next?
Charging man go. Soldier man drink and sing. Not sing. Listen, try. Both. Come peasanters swing sharpie sticks. I help one army. Runner to runner. Holla peasanters. Holla soldier man. Gentle. Move them apart, but all lie down, soldier mans do. Got order, hand me one's boats, and watch out. Trollolo soldier man now, Trollolo to sing too. You for sing you?
No thanks. Heard you earlier. But listen, where are the bodies? Don't see any.
Hungry go. Should no waste. Peasanters good food. Soldier man friends. Not so good big stew. Always good.
Guess I understand. Wartime rules?
Man's soldier man too?
No.
Trololo. Makes man soldier man. Trollo. Chargy man. Say, bring paint. And man brings paint.
Paint? What are we talking about?
Paint! Paint! Red gallery, white gallery, city gods, no city go. Trololo, what's boats?
Fine. I'll try to find some paint for you.
Good mans! Redani army, no service forget. Pretty, pretty, worthy, when man. Instead of forcing, then
So tough. But it's funny.
You can't spread disease. Defeatism.
What can I do with you for? If I ain't got it today, say the word, I'll have it tomorrow.
Let me see. Might pick something. Wanted to play cards. Doubt we need to wait till tomorrow.
Whilst we're here. Love my spies. Yeah, Volta's winter deck. If you're curious. Well, shit. Usually I try to overload the spies on the first round and lose. Second, third one, but this time I'm gonna adjust my strategy just a little bit. Nice. Really hoping to get a cow. It's kind of my favorite card. Apparently it's only on the DLC. It's a great card. Perhaps you'll get a chance to see it later. Who's to say?
Private Snake, report on order.
Just so happens I have some paint on me.
Oh! 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 Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
There's paint, but how? Dunno.
Might be a problem.
Man's how no. I order. Man's does.
I guess I do. Depends what.
Birdo cutlery. Redania Birdo. Shields knife.
I kind of want to make him do it, but Geralt's pretty bad, and that's funny also.
Guess I can give it a shot. Got a brush?
Beautiful.
That's probably better than
Pretty Birdo.
Think so? As long as you're happy with it.
Man's good. No like other man's take use.
You're welcome.
Barrels and hardcore. Chicken and drink from drink go. Plastic episodes to sky. Live not step, but die. Judgment and here with the legend. Cabaret, watching our face. Like the air, so to sky. New start.
Trolls, they're great. Well, these trolls are alright. I wonder if it'll let me. It may not. Since I'm pretty sure Roach is at the pass floor right now, waiting for the other meeting.
Die.
Help his girlfriend.
You've been here, you've been there. So tell me. Oi, clumsy horse. Oi, clumsy horse.
Now, witches, they can't catch the pox. Isn't that right?
Geralt of Rivia, safe and sound.
What do you do here? Hunt Squirtle?
You jest, right? Who cares about the Scoia'tael anymore? Temerian, that's what matters.
How'd you wind up here?
Came with the army, of course. Its remnants. When Nilfgaard crossed the Yaruga, I dropped everything. Threw it all away to hell and rode for the front to fight the invader. Joined the Second Temerian army under John Natalis. We were to stop the Black One's advance along the Dol Blathana Mount Carbon line. And we did. For 3 days. Then they smashed us into splinters. Soon after, I heard Radovid was assembling his forces near Novigrad. That he'd promised to fight for a free North. Broke through with the remains of Natalis' army, but Radovid proved no better than a mere. So I decided I would mount my own fight.
Mentioned you have a problem.
It's Vess. She took a couple of lads across the river. She plans to hit the Black Ones at Mulberdale.
So, sounds about like what guerrilla fighters do.
What guerrilla
Yes,
fighters do?
when they're ordered to. Whereas I forbade her from leaving camp. Indefinitely.
Alright, so you've got a problem. Insubordination. What am I supposed to do about it?
I doubt Vess has entered the village. More likely she and the boys lie in wait in the woods nearby. We must find her before she attacks and stop her. You're a good tracker. Help me.
Count me in.
Thanks, Geralt. I'll owe you a favor. Meet me and Velen beneath the Hanged Man's tree. It's just a short jaunt from there to Mulberydale.
Witcher. Just what our band of merry men. You trouble with the grey looks.
We'll pay for the freaks. You've been here, you've been there.
That's Roach. I haven't seen Roach in days.
It's the village below. Black with Nilfgaardians already. They're preparing to execute folk.
No sign of Vess.
She may be impetuous, but she's not stupid. She's waiting for her moment. Probably attack after dusk once. Shh. What now?
A trio, lightly equipped, sneaking closer. Over there near the...
Death to the Black Ones!
At there! Circa!
Looks like we're too late.
Geralt, we have to help. Follow me. Damn it, Vess! Have you gone completely mental? You ignore my orders, go off on a suicide mission, and instead of donning a breastplate, you dash into battle, shirt open, navel and whatnot exposed!
You're not my father, Roach. You've no right to tell me what to wear.
But I am your commander, and you will obey me! Guerrilla warfare. Warfare! It involves armies, for fuck's sake!
I could not abandon them. They helped us.
It's a soldier's job to kill, Vess, not save, not rescue. If that is not to your liking, join the Sisters of Milital Aid, study to be a healer. Fucking hell! Give me your weapon. You'll get it back when you wise up, if you wise up. Move out!
Ren.
Uh-oh. Got yourselves a prisoner.
We don't take prisoners. You took my weapon, Roach. So I must manage with my bare hands.
Leave him alone. There are corpses enough here.
What?
You heard me.
I did, and I can't believe it. He came here to murder civilians. He's seen us. Will you have him return to his camp and report?
Emir knows we can kill his men. Let him learn that we can also show mercy.
Roach is right. Besides killing a defenseless...
What is it with you, Roach? Did the Witcher take your stones? They're sadists. He's the occupier.
I will explain later. You, Nilfgaardian, piss off.
Morning, Nes dirmad ava.
Go, before I change my mind. We should go before a patrol comes along. Thank you, Geralt. Ever need any help, you know where to find me.
Witcher. Just what I abandoned. You've been here, you've been there. So tell me, is it really the fact that this is all over? I aim to open a whorehouse in Zima. A problem. With shaggy rug.
Geralt of Rivia, safe and sound.
So long.
Or woman power, as the case may be. Swords up, heave-ho! Best beware of the other side of the river.
You've troubled me, Kratos.
I've got a sword plan before I can do this. Sharpening your blade with D&D will only...
I am not a racist. Human, elf, dwarf, it matters not. Provided capital of the world, they call it.
Black ones, Dandelions, as long as they pay. You're a vulgar one. You can see it in your face.
White Wolf, welcome to the Passiflora. Oh, no sign of recognition in your eyes?
Greetings,
Don't fret. I'm sure I look quite different from when we last saw each other.
which was...
Oh, eons ago. You and Master Dandelion appeared, 2 halflings in tow. What a smash they were, the little chaps. We recount that night to this day.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm here to...
Speak softly. I know very well why you're here. There, wait. This way, please. This way. Upstairs.
Which you get? You. Geralt, you're here. Good.
Might have chosen a more secluded spot to plot an assassination.
It's on everyone's mind. Many would like to do it, so there's nothing to fear. Besides, this venue's got a tradition in this domain. Might even consider it fabled. Folker planned a revolt here. By extension, King Grydak's murder too.
Comparing yourself to Folka? Far as I can recall, no one in Redania's annals has a bloodier reputation.
Her rebellion changed the course of history. That's what we have in common. In terms of blood, we aim only to shed Radovid's. I'm pleased you're willing to play a part.
Must admit, I wasn't certain you'd show.
Now this is an interesting decision.
Got your invitation. Decided to come. That's simple. Let's get down to business.
I believe you know my associate.
Roach, you here?
Retired intelligence operatives. We have a club.
Defended a king once. Ready to assassinate another now?
I'm proud of it. Yet, I considered all the options and found none better. Radovid's proven many times he only ever forwards his own interests. When Kedwin asked for help, he invaded. When I begged him to support Vizima's defense, he showed me the door. The war nears its end. We've come to a decisive phase. We must act quickly. I've no illusions. Only a dead Radovid means a free Temerian.
How's that work? Seems to me Radovid is Temeria's ally.
Only as long as my guerrillas do what pleases him. Support his troops. Once he wins the war, he won't acknowledge the previous glories, nor wish to restore them. He dreams of a northern empire. As long as he lives, Temeria will never be free.
But we didn't bring you here to bore you with politics. Radovid's a threat to Triss and Yennefer. Remember that. That ought to interest you most.
All right. What do you want from me?
One of our co-conspirators ventured out to meet an informer. He's not returned, yet the plan's success hinges on what he's learned. We've got to find him. And you're the best tracker around.
Tracker, huh? Really? Anything else you can tell me? Where this associate was last seen, for instance?
He's travelling as a journeyman. Itinerant cobbler, that's his cover. He was first to venture across the Pontar. Most probably did so via the Redanian checkpoint. With a man there who should know more. Calls himself Gregor.
Let a Redanian soldier in on your plan to murder Redania's king?
You see, there are even some Redanians who cannot abide Radovid's policies. And when simple soldiers notice something's not quite right, well, then it's time to act.
Fine. I'll talk to Gregor.
Thank you. And try not to draw too much attention, if you can. Remember, the future hinges on the success of this mission. The future of Temeria. The future of the North.
I know. I'll try not to fuck it up. See ya.
We're counting on you, Geralt. Anyone see you pull in?
No one apart from Madame Serenity and your lackey.
Off the street, I mean.
No one. Nerves getting the better of you.
I'm not nervous, just cautious. A trait you ought to nurture as well.
I know, but I am. Glad about the streets for a time to lose any tales. I've worked in intelligence as long as you have. I need no lessons in spycraft.
Oh no, that hat's pretty conspicuous.
Quite smart. Like a raw wound. Brave lads from the garden with that butcher's trap.
Ducks? My eye. I wonder how much she's paid for contorting so...
Could it be that all roads lead to the Passiflora? Welcome back. When I look at you, why, I almost regret I'm no longer on active duty.
Actually, I'd just like to buy something.
Maybe. Must be. It's nonsense.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a short break, and I will be back later. Thank you for watching. I'm the Chaotic Horde Paladin. Have a lovely day, and I will see y'all next time.